Back here with... Damn it. I always say that when it's a new game. It moves! For the first time, not back here. This is, as I understand it, a very I mean, you could probably tell from the title, a very spooky indie RPG. I first caught wind of it, a YouTuber by the name of Storpy played a demo of it like 5 or 6 years ago, and I'll link that right down in the thing. But I recently went around looking for it on Steam, found that it had come out in 2019, which is about 2 years ago now, and I figured, how come I never ended up playing this? Because I really liked the look of the demo when I saw it, and for whatever reason, the Steam little notification thing will not go away, so probably that's just gonna stay there and I'll just crop it out, because I think its gameplay is in a bit of a, not letterbox, what's the other one? 4x3 anyways, or maybe not exactly 4x3. So I've seen a bit of it, is my point there, but I expect it's gone further than that since it's, you know, actually been completed 4 or 5 years after that demo video came out. So I may recognize some of the spooky things, or maybe like the first bit of it or something, but hopefully there's some spooky stuff going on and maybe some interesting stuff going on. And as I recall, it sort of takes on a bit of a storybook telling aesthetic way to the storytelling. That was a very cohesive sentence I just said, so I'm excited for that. And perhaps I won't fudge around and I'll just get started with it, shall I? Bedtime. Bedtime is supposed to be a happy event for a tired child. For me, it was terrifying. While some children might complain about being put to bed before they have finished watching a film or playing their favorite video game, when I was a child, nighttime was something to truly fear. Somewhere in the back of my mind, it still is. Now, I had many a nightmare as a child, but I don't know that I would say I feared bed. Well, I did. I was like averse to going to bed because things got dark and it was terrifying. I had all kinds of insomnia as a kid, worse than I do now. Ah, this is my room. Well, it's sweet. This is me. Like, am I allowed to move now? Great, this is me. This is in fact not just me, but me. Dope. Was this a band? A poster right here? Poster from a movie. I got it from my brother. Excelente. A table. Wow. This kid's gonna be a home decorator when they grow up, I can already tell. Look at their incredible instincts about all this furniture and junk. Teddy bear! Mr. Teddy. Full of toys and stuff. Great. Lamp. Can we turn that off? We probably shouldn't, but can we? It's a wolf. Never mind. The poster on the wall just says wolf. That's handy. It's a bunk bed. I sleep in the top, despite the fact that you have no one to share the bottom with. How sad. Can't turn off the lights here either. I mean, turning off the lights is not a good idea in general. And I can't sprint. That's good to know. So whenever anything comes after me, I will have no, now loading. There's a loading screen now. I don't remember that actually being in the demo video. All the improvements they've made. Ah, who's calling me on Discord? I cannot prove that what happened to me was objectively real, but I can swear that what I experienced was genuine horror. A fear which in my life, I'm glad to say, has never been equaled. I will relate it so hard to say. I will relate it to you all now as best I can, make of it what you will, but I'll be glad to just get it off my chest. I wonder who the all they're speaking to is. Perhaps it's like some kind of help group in the future after all this trauma they've been through. Is this the exit to my house? Can I leave? I can go back in my room. Let's not. Who's this? This is my brother's room. He told me yesterday to keep out of the room that we both. He told me yesterday to keep out of the room that we had both shared until then. So this is my first time in a new room by myself. Ah, that would explain why I'm having worse night terrors. Flowers. Mom put these here. Or night terrors is distinct from nightmare, I guess. I shouldn't use that. Well, good job, Mom. They're nice flowers. And who's this? This is my father. He does not speak, apparently. You just look at him and he says, and he glares at you. Shoes. Not very interesting. They're a little interesting, that implies. Hi there. I can't remember exactly when it started, but my apprehension towards falling asleep seemed to correspond with me being moved into a new room of my own. Yes, that supports that little interaction we just had at my brother's door. Hi there. This is my mother. She also apparently refuses to speak to me when I address her. It's a little weird. A man with a mustache. That's all that's important about that poster. Ventilation, I think Mom said this is. Curious. Boxes full of stuff, so perhaps we've only just moved in, which would explain why we were sharing a room, perhaps. Mom told me not to touch her stuff, especially this stuff. Don't even want to know what that stuff is, probably. Nothing too interesting. Well, you didn't even look inside. How would you know? You can't just give up on your dreams before you've... I was 8 years old at the time, and until then I had shared a room quite happily with my older brother. As is perfectly understandable for a boy 5 years my senior, my brother eventually wished for a room of his own, and as a result, I was given the room at the back of the house. As my brother... Wait, he already had one, they just weren't... Maybe I guess they weren't using it for anything. As my brother was given a new bed, I was given the bunk beds which we used to share. Okay, now I understand that. While I was upset about sleeping on my own, I was excited at the thought of being able to sleep in the top bunk, which seemed far more adventurous to me, as it so often does. So I suppose that's my cue to hop back into the top bunk? Ah, it got all dark all of a sudden. Yes? I've only just come in here. Why didn't you stop me before? Okay. All right. It's bedtime. Should I give the kid a young voice? Already? Yes. Adults need their sleep, you see. You'll be sleeping alone for the first time. Excited? Yes, Mom. He lied through his teeth. Oh, I don't know that the kid is a he, but I is he. All right, I'm turning off the lights. Good night. Good night. This can only go well. Oh, I can spin around in my bed. I'm having trouble sleeping. I'm tossing and turning. Chapter 1. Cave. Ah, that's probably good. And the eerie moaning in my ear is also probably not a bad sign. I mean, when has that ever been a bad sign? In any case, let alone... Ah! And it opened the save file screen so suddenly, and there was just that face there. Alright, cool. Save to the third file. Oh, I can load, but I can't save manually. Great. So this is autosave. It tells me what chapter I'm on. 5 minutes in. Exceptional. Audio. Yep, we don't need any of that to go down. Where am I? Oh, I'm at the bottom here. I'm in the woods. I thought they said I was going to be in a cave. They lied. This way is blocked. Is it really? All I need is a little machete. Mushrooms. Are they good for food? Not apparently. Hello there. Are you something squatting in a tree above me or right in front of me? The perspective is... Oh, you're above me. Got it. I wasn't sure about the perspective there. Are you like some kind of death raven? I can't really tell what you are. I'm gonna guess a bird of some sort. Hello, bird. I'll just be going then. Please don't take my scalp. Oh, that's a curious thing that's on top of that building there. I wonder if it wants to be friends. A small water hole. The water is dirty. Probably not a good idea to drink it. Well, it's a dream, so what could possibly happen? All you can do is die and then wake up. That's not true. You don't always wake up when you die in dreams. Sometimes it's awful. Alright, I'm heading up on the balcony here, but I gotta say, I kinda like the woods more than this house. By the look of it. I kinda wanna go up there and talk to that thing, but maybe we should just go inside. Maybe it's a little damp out. Oh, dearie me. Oh, all the bird noises got all quiet and spooky when I went in here. A pot and some ragged cloth. What's with the giant mounted skull? Oh, that's the doorway. I see. That's not how I understood that to be a minute ago. Alright, well this one's got something in it. Do I even want to know what's swimming around in this thing? I wonder what's cooking. You know, I do too. I hope it's not something still alive. Ah, this house is eerily similar with all these... Oh, those are windows. Does that tree have a face? Stalking is such a strong word. I prefer to think of it as more as intense research on one individual. By the way, your missing sock is under your bed with me. Just kidding. So the tree does indeed have a face, and it also says confusing and scary things. I will not be retrieving that sock. A cold, unwelcoming breeze comes from the bottom of the stairs. Well, they're not going to get much staying up here. Let's go to the basement. Nope, I hate this. Let's go back. Nope, let's go. Okay, I guess. Fine. Sure. What could possibly go wrong? Presumably that tree person who is, quote, stalking me is still downstairs. It's cutscene. I can't move. Yes? Hello? I really want to know what that noise was just now. It sounded a little like the person who was, quote, stalking, unquote, me. Weird mushroom. Looks poisonous. Don't know how a mushroom can look poisonous, but I will take your word. I guess if it was brightly colored and sparkly, but that is the exact thing that was not. Oh, there are more roarings going on. What is all this about? This is not striking too much familiarity in me from what I saw of the demo, but, so perhaps it's changed quite a great deal. I mean, I remember there all these mushrooms around, and I remember it being in a cave similar like this. A purple mushroom. Definitely poisonous. What is that? Hello? Yes? I was about to say something funny about how you can tell this one's definitely poisonous and the other one was not, but then all the funny left my bones as soon as whatever that was dropped down from the ceiling behind me. Not comfortable with that. There is red liquid seeping out from the mushroom hat. Drink it! Why not? Things can't get any worse. I keep thinking these are things sparkling in the light, but they're probably little water droplets dropping. Okay, well, yep, this cave is not straightforwardly laid out. I would like to speak to whoever designed this cave. I meant in universe, not the designer of the game, who obviously has done a tremendous job of making me unsettled already. Oh, fucking Jesus. Yep, I was about to say, you know what? Dreams are not cool with me. I don't like dreaming. Ah, pressure plate. I just stepped on. It's gonna go back out? Okay. Oh, okay, I'm toggling these blocks. Okay, let me untoggle them. Oh, okay, I see. This is one of those things where each switch does a number of different things. Okay, there's only this one now. What does this one do? It's done. Damn it. Oh, I put all of them up except for the one that is in the middle here. Okay, let me do it again. So now the only one that should be up is all of them except for the first one. And now what does this one down here do? It puts all of them down except for the, or it toggles all of them. It toggles the three in the middle. Okay, good. Which ones toggle the one at the far end there? Did that toggle the one at the end? It's damn dark. What does this one toggle? Those three. So now I put them all back up, so that's good for me. Okay, now I need to find, okay, so what is this one up here? Toggles, first one is the only one that's up now. This one toggles the three at the end, is that right? Or just the two in the middle? Damn it. Presumably if I just hurl myself onto these in a random order, eventually it'll work. How's this? Hey now! Probably could have figured that out if I was a little smarter, but whatever. I'm not that smart. That's not my raison d'etre, being smart. The resurrected liquid seeping out from the mushroom hat. Once again, I mean, could probably be like soda, right? Oh, well, this weird cliff goes off by itself, and I don't care for that. Cliff, I said, but I mean, it's just a little incropping that is just 1 block wide. Yep, apparently there's something from the left there. Let's just pretend it isn't. But given the kid's reaction, I'm gonna say there was definitely something there. It hasn't followed me to the next room. That's good. Haha. It's blocked by the event script on the right side. Yep, there's gonna be more stuff going on the side. Maybe just ignore it, kid. Don't worry about it. It's nothing too serious, I'm sure. Any faces, giant monsters, anything like that you see creeping in from the sides, it's probably fine. Oh, I'm cutscened. Well, whatever this one was, it's certainly much louder. Oh, I walk quite slow at this rate. Is there something behind me, or where is that exactly rumbling originating from? That is something that I have a vested interest in, is the origin of this, noise and sensation. It's probably gonna be right behind me, isn't it? Yep, I reckon so. Maybe we just continue to walk on. Ignore that. Don't look behind you, kid. That's not the thing you want to do. Oh, it just knocked me off. I thought it was about to, like, drain my soul through my eyes and then put it on a stick. But all it did was throw me off a cliff. That can't kill you in a dream, can it? We're totally fine, probably. I hear birdie chirpy. Hey, I'm in my room. Mom, I had a bad dream. Mom. I think you might still be in a bad dream, kiddo, because Mama didn't say anything. Or perhaps we're just going to flee there for solace. It's locked. Stupid bro. Yeah, how dare he lock me out of his room. I need to go here right now. Yeah, Dad can't help, God damn it. Oh no, wait, Dad, they're in the same room. My idiot. He was just standing in front of that other room. Oh, Dad's away from the bedside, so I can't. Oh. All right, good. Is Mama also a snooze? Mom, I had a bad dream. I was just asleep. Sweetie, what's wrong? I had a bad dream. Oh, that's too bad, sweetie. I'll be up in a minute. We can eat breakfast together. All right, hurry up. Go change your clothes and I'll be right there. Don't get hit by any sleep darts on the way, because that would be really a sucky way to lose all that. Ah, am I gonna be able to find my other sock that's hidden under the bed? Oh, it worked all right. And so another day started. It was a day of little importance to our story. I won't bother you with details. The one thing I remember is that even though I played with friends like I always did, I somehow still felt lonely. I didn't enter my new room until later that night. It was time to go to sleep again. Glad we're fast forwarding through all the parts that wouldn't scare me, just in case, you know, there was any idea that, man, I am a quick change artist. All right, nobody do anything. I'm falling asleep here. You understand me? I'm falling asleep. This is my falling asleep dance. I have to rock back and forth. Man, I just conked right out there after rolling for the millionth time. Chapter 2, Labyrinth. While I'm glad the chapters are speeding by, I have no idea how many chapters are in the full game. Does that mean it's gonna give me a save point? Yay! Why not? Let's save the next slot down. Just in case I totally, you know, lose any limbs or anything that might be important in between here. Okay, this looks like a wall that's come up covering this. It occurs to me now that a small frowny face. Let's turn that frown upside down. It doesn't really work like that, because then the eyes are on the bottom. This and the caves do, now that I'm remembering the way this game sort of goes with the chapters and such, this is sort of reminding me of that. I don't think I was supposed to press that, of the demo that I saw played. What do I press the button besides frowny face? Okay. What about super happy face? That was good, apparently. So am I supposed to press it in order from happiest to least happy? Is there one on this side too? Oh, that's super unhappy. Alright, let's do that then. Yep, there's no buzzer happening now, so that's probably good. Some of this is familiar to me. Oh, did all the platforms go down or just those two? Ah, man, Labyrinth is right. We have so many ways to go. Oh, and there are going to be spooky things hiding around corners. I'm going to turn up the brightness a little. It's hard to see. That didn't help at all. Hi there. Oh, bye there. Oi! And hello to you as additionally. Oh, is that the face of the... face is still on the screen. Face did not leave entirely. Face is coming back very, very slowly, but surely. Nope, I don't need that. Is there something task I'm meant to be? Hi there, I'll just say hello to you again. Oh no, I don't like this face showing up. I remember this from the demo. This is not cool. Ventilation maybe? The air is still stuffy though. It would appear that my walking speed is increasing. I think I'm supposed to be finding that person in the red cloak over and over again, and I think I'd like to do that now, sooner rather than later. Because later I could, be down with less eyes and stuff. Who knows? I could lose all kinds of body parts in between then and now, couldn't I? It would appear as what is that? Oh, it's a wanted poster. Great, I thought it was a massive head. Is there anything on this? A wanted poster. Well, apparently we don't know who it's for, so it doesn't actually really matter. Yep, my heart rate is increasing as we speak. I wouldn't mind, to be honest, finding that red cloaked person again. I guess they're probably going to be not too far from when they showed up the first time. Although they showed up here, and then they were down here the next time, so presumably they would just be over around here this time, right? That music is getting louder, or sound, or whatever ambient noise it could really be described as. Okay, it doesn't look like the face or my walking speed or that the scariness is really progressing until I find the next red-cloaked person. Instructions on how to use a fire extinguisher. Let's hope we don't need those. What was that blinking? Did something just blink at me in the dark? Oh, yeah. What is this? There's a little thing there. Should we go say hello to whatever that is? It's probably fine. Yeah, hi. Okay, it's gone. Oh, hi there. Never mind. Maybe it's not the talking sort. Great. Suppose I'll just pretend that I don't know it exists. Where's this person with the red cloak? Where have they gone? Come on. I know it's a labyrinth, but there aren't many places it could go. Could there be? It does. Could it have? Oh no, oh no. Actually, you know what? I think the ambience is getting worse. I am pretty confident the ambience is getting worse. Anacorp? What's that? My thoughts exactly. Hello? What was that? Oh, it's just you wanderers again. You're sometimes following me and sometimes following me a little less. It's cool, it doesn't really matter. You don't seem all that malicious in the end. Oh, where's this person with the red cloak? I would like to... I'm so happy to see you. Please don't do any more weird faces or anything like that. Yep, the face has gotten more close to my person. And I'm working faster now. Hi there, face again. And the face is getting bigger. I meant face, but then I said face again. I meant red cloak person again. Hey, there you are. Good to know you're coming on such close terms now. Oh, if this could stop speeding up, that would be excellent. I have no idea where the person with the red cloak is. I gotta make a short term for you. Can I just call you Crimson? Where's Crimson at? I'd like to meet our old pal Crimson, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the way this is going right now. Crimson is very much hiding from me. Are you hanging out by any of the smiley faces on the wall? Oh, that ambience is new. I dislike... hello, Crimson. Don't go away from me. Don't run away, please. Please just say hello. Are you trying to lead me here? Oh, yep, hello. Hi. You sure are a face that does exist. Mom, I had another bad dream. I'd like to wake up now. Good. When you awaken from a deep sleep to something moving or stirring, it can take a few moments for you to truly understand what is happening. The fog of sleep hangs over your eyes and ears even when lucid. Something was moving. There was no doubt about that. That's the worst when you just wake up from a terrible dream and then you sort of see like a bit of it still in like the pattern of your eyes or whatever. So it's hard to tell if it's actually in your room or not, even though you know it shouldn't be. At first I wasn't sure what it was. Can I move around doing this? No. Of course not, the text box. That's how that works in RPG Maker. Well, I mean, unless they had it as a parallel process. Anyways, everything was dark, almost pitch black, but there was enough light creeping in from outside to outline that room. Being the one you were sleeping in, so I guess you're not sleeping in there now, from whenever you're narrating this. Hey, at least I know you survived, or at least I assume that, because you're narrating it. I mean, I guess you could be narrating from the Netherworld in case you got your soul stolen away in the nighttime. I just feel like I should throw out there, I don't actually know if you can die in this game, so that's good. Probably not in these first few chapters, at least. Two thoughts appeared in my mind almost simultaneously. The first was that my parents were in bed because the rest of the house lay both in darkness and silence. Yeah, they're normally so loud when they're up stomping around. The second thought turned to the noise, a noise which had obviously woken me. Although I feel like I wouldn't be lucid enough to understand that a noise had just woken me when I woke up. That was it. Bedsheets rustling in the dark and someone breathing, although perhaps the noise is continuing, and also perhaps you're a bit more of an observant than I was when I was a child, as if some disturbed sleeper was attempting to get all too comfortable in the bottom bunk. I think I'll just hop out now. I lay there in disbelief, thinking that the noise was either my imagination or perhaps my pet cat finding somewhere comfortable to spend the night. You know, actually, I'm gonna turn towards the wall now that I've gotten a chance. Yep, just gonna pretend that that's all the room is just that wall. That's what I usually do when I'm having nightmares. It was then that I noticed my door, shut as it had been as I'd fallen asleep, and then it was probably your pet worm that came in instead of your cat. Perhaps my mom had checked in on me and the cat had sneaked into my room then. Gosh, the cat sure is making a lot of ruckus. Yes, that must have been it. I turned to face the wall, closing my... Hey, that's what I did. Closing my eyes in the vain hope that I could fall back to sleep. As I moved, the rustling noise from underneath me ceased. Hey, that's probably good. I thought I must have disturbed my cat, but quickly I realized that the visitor in the bottom bunk was much less mundane than my pet trying to sleep, and much more sinister. It was the sinister cat that lives next door. As if alerted to and disgruntled by my presence, the disturbed sleeper began to toss and turn violently, like a child having a tantrum in their bed. Well, I know the feeling! I could hear the sheets twist and turn with increasing ferocity. Fear then gripped me, not like the subtle sense of unease I had experienced earlier, but now potent and terrifying. I'm gonna rock around, hopefully this will help. I'm just as thrashing as you are down there. My heart raced as my eyes panicked, scanning the almost impenetrable darkness. I let out a cry. Ah! As most young boys do, I instinctively shouted on my mother. I could hear something stir on the other side of the house, hopefully my mother. But as I began to breathe a sigh of relief that my parents were coming to save me, the bunk bed suddenly started to shake violently as if gripped by an earthquake, scraping against the wall. Let me just roll around and hopefully balance it out somehow. I could hear the sheets below me thrashing around as if tormented by malice. I did not want to jump down to safety as I feared the thing in the bottom bunk would reach out and grab me, pulling me into the darkness, so I stayed there, white knuckles clenching my own blanket like a shroud of protection. Yes, I did, and I rolled around as well. The wait seemed like an eternity. But then the mama came! Hello! What's wrong? Did you have a bad dream? You know I did! I cried and my mother consoled me. Tears of fear followed by relief streamed down my face. Yet through all of the horror and relief, I did not tell her why I was so upset. I cannot explain it, but it was as though whatever had been in that bunk would return if I even so much as spoke of it. Whether that was the truth, I do not know, but as a child, I felt as if that unseen malice remained close, listening. It's also just hard to explain things when you're a kid. You don't have all the words. And at least when I was a kid, I understood that, like, obviously this stuff isn't real, so that was most likely the response I would get if I explained any of this was just, it's not real. It's like, I know, but it scared me. Alright, well, let me just whip my head around while my mother leaves the room. My mother lay in the empty bunk, promising to stay there until morning. Never mind, she's staying. That was weird. That I just did that, expecting her to leave. I remember the next day wanting to go anywhere, be anywhere, but in that suffocating room. I need a window, man. It was a Saturday and I played outside, quite happily with my friends. Although our house was not large, we were lucky to have a long, sloping garden in the back. We played there often, as much of it was overgrown and we could hide in the bushes, climb in the huge sycamore tree which towered above all else, and easily imagine ourselves in the throes of a grand adventure. I would not hide in a single damn bush after having a nightmare like that. As fun as it all was, occasionally my eye would turn to that small window in my room. Ordinary, slight, and innocuous. Oh, we do have a window. Good. But for me, that thin boundary was a looking glass into a strange, cold pocket of dread. Is this what I'm actually seeing, looking into the window right now? Because that is concerning, and I would not go back in if I saw that. Outside, the lush green surroundings of our garden filled with the smiling faces of my friends. Inside, the feeling of something in that room, watching me play, waiting for the night when I would be alone. Eagerly, filled with hate. It may sound strange to you, but by the time my parents ushered me back into that room for the night, I said nothing. Well, I mean, where else are they going to put you to sleep, right? Put you to sleep. Place you for the, just fulfill the objective of snoozing. I didn't protest. I didn't even make an excuse as to why I couldn't sleep there. I still felt that this thing would be enraged if I so much as spoke of it. Another night came. Chapter 3, I guess? What is Chapter 3? Hopefully not another labyrinth, because that was my least favorite thing. Yes, hello? Factorized. In the mathematical sense, or like, I'm in a factory now? Because that sounds an awful lot like the labyrinth we were just in. Oh, this looks uncomfortably factory-like. But also like maybe a level of doom. The door is firmly shut. It doesn't look like much of a door to me. It looks like a, well, I guess like a garage door, maybe. Hey, how's it going? A huge skull. That's what I would, have described it as, yes. Hey, that door closed behind me too. A huge skull. Let's probably just keep looking at it. Oh, a banner on a long pole. It's too old and torn to make out the details. There's like a circle with 2 swords behind it or something. Not altogether sure myself. Well, that was an uncomfortable blink. Ah, hi, you're lit up. This I also remember, so maybe Chapter 3 was part of the demo. A huge skull, a banner on a long pole. Okay, so they're all just on long poles. That pole looks longer to me, but I'll just keep looking at the skull every time we walk through, perhaps. Maybe as it continues to increase the frequency with which his eyes turn on and off, that will have some effect. Probably it's fine when the blinking gets more, right? That's probably a good sign, actually. Probably means the tea is almost ready. In other news, the skull is still huge. No comment on the blinking or anything, though. Man, things sure have a big habit of knocking me off of things or sending me to different places in this world. This world dreams. Am I supposed to be playing? It's rather dark. Oh. Pentagram. And also the stock ambience that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 uses during the mid-episode cutscenes, midnight cutscenes. Not midnight, but between nights. A picture of some kind of green landscape. The picture is in too bad shape to make out any details. I wonder what was up with that Anacorp, if that's going to come back into play. Let's not stop beatboxing with those railings. I also remember this from the demo. I think this is probably where it ended. What's that sound to my right? Some kind of machine. Oh, maybe that's just the sound the machine makes. Oh, I see, okay. The sound is directional from where the kid is facing, which makes a lot of sense, but it confused me because I heard it off to the right. I assumed it was somewhere right of the camera. And so I was like, what? There's noise, but it's just this machine here. Now it's on my left. Good. Yeah, this place is much too like the labyrinth that we were just in for my taste. I hope we don't have that... Hello? Hello to you too, machine. I guess is the one. I mean, let's hope that the machine is speaking to me because machines never do anything bad to anyone. Okay, I just hit what looks like a redstone torch from Minecraft, so it's probably fine. I mean, if anything, that probably made the pentagram do something new, right? Not apparently. Some kind of altar. And it's weird how it's kind of not lined up with the pentagram. I don't think I find that comfortable at all. I will say I'm really enjoying this. I hope there's like some kind of I mean, so often with these smaller indie games, it's much easier for them to make an extensive lore because they're the only cook in the kitchen, so to speak. So I hope there's something like that going on here because I'm kind of interested already by this Anacorp. Although perhaps that's just... Perhaps what that was just, you know, sometimes you see something in real life and then it works your way into a dream even when you've long forgotten it. So perhaps that was just some sign this kid saw on the road one day or another or something like that. Looks like something used to pour out of these. I don't want to imagine what that something might have been. Alright, so these are more locked up chain things. So I guess maybe the torch I did opened one of those that had been somewhere around here. I guess I won't know when I come across it. Let's hope that's what's going on here. Clank. No clank for us. Looks almost like the lights on the runway at airports. Ah, interesting. Yeah, okay, I can see that now. They're blinking at different frequencies, which is sort of unsettling, actually. It's probably good. Was that... Oh, this is on this little metal square tiles, so is this where the chains I just opened were? Or no, I guess they're always forward-facing, aren't they? Because that's how the sprite is designed. Hello? I don't much have my bearings in this place yet. Ah, I made it back here somehow. Good, then. Let's check the south and see if something opened around here. I see what looks like a room here. Okay, more chains not so opened. Man, that slamming sound is louder than everything. Good, good, good. All the things are good now. Okay, more chains that are closed off. And those are closed off on two sides, which makes me wonder if perhaps... that will be the way we leave. That will be the way we leave. Whoever just showed up there doesn't have to show up. Okay, so I reckon this is where the chains were because I see these little holes on here, and also I just got scared by a terrifying thing. What does it say? Creep you? Creep you. Are you? Are you what? Am I? How are you? How am I? Scared. Uncomfortable with all the things that are happening. Alright, so presumably that opened another set of chains somewhere, so I just have to wander around at this snail's pace and wait for the next one. And hopefully there's not someone standing in front of that one as well, because that sent my heart into the stratosphere. Is this one that's opened? Ah, yes. What's going on around here? A mask on the wall. A creepy mask. Yes, it is a creepy mask. Alright. Why is it all dark? It's much too dark. Hey, okay, I see a face showing up in the middle. Hi there. Always, I'm happy to see you again. I remember this part from the demo, and it turned out a little differently than this. It was more like, I don't remember this happening. This is completely new. What's up with your nose? Oh, your nose was just kind of part of your lip. That's probably good. Hey, the mask is gone, so that's fine. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Oh, it's on the floor here. I see. So it did actually literally float up in front of me. Wait, just because I just looked at it again, are bad things about to happen to me? No, it's probably good. Oh, that mask is eerily much like a nightmare I did have once as a kid. But let's not worry about that. Oh, I don't think I used to be allowed up here, did I? Hello, another switch. I think I might have turned on another... Oh, I turned on whatever these are flowing out of. There's a red liquid pouring out. Glad we're not too specific about the precise makeup of that liquid. It's probably okay. Actually, did doing that, if that's what the switch did, or maybe it opened another door as well, but if that's what it did, then perhaps some key item has fallen out of here? Not that I have an items thing, it's just load audio quit, but oh dearie me. Oh dearie me indeed, I tell you. Oh, it's not a face. I thought it was a face. It was just the machine. Alright, so hopefully I opened another gate with that. Oh, was this open? Yes, this was like the first one we did actually, because there are no gate things on that. Alright, let's check out where we knew there to be gates before. On the sort of west and south sides of these. Please no more weird tall figures show up in places that I mean to go. Actually, have I been here? Yes, this was where How Are You was. The answer to that is still the same, by the way. You don't need to ask that again, if anyone was considering it. Why is this water on the floor here now? Was that here before, or is that weird lights or mist? I don't even know what's going on here. What is that? Oh, it's a pile of skulls. I thought those two skulls were eyes, and it was like a massive blob of head. Is that gonna get up and move when I hit this switch? Well, something's gonna screech. I guess it was this, wasn't it? Yeah, well, it didn't get up exactly, but it did move. That's not nice. Oh, hi there. You're that person I saw before, aren't you? Ding, ding. Hey, person on the other side of the thing. Can you guess what song I'm doing? Alright, fine. You know, I was just trying to make conversation, but I guess we can't all have the wild charisma that this kid has. I suppose I'll just look for another gate that was once closed and hopefully is now not. There was one somewhere down here, wasn't there? Well, these are where we saw the runway lights the first time. I don't like this chapter. Hi, Mask! Nothing would change in here, that's silly. Hey! Oh! Oh, the ambience just changed because I got close to these things again. It'll only play one ambience at a time, either the liquid or the machines, so I got very concerned. But does that mean if I walk in between it, it'll go like shwomp, shwomp, okay, a little. But the machine doesn't start fast enough for it to be really funny. I thought I just heard a big fat footstep. Wasn't there also like a part here where there were two vents closed, chain, like gate, whatever things closed off, and I commented on it like 10 minutes ago? Actually, it was probably more like 3 minutes ago, but time feels like it's moving very slowly. It was like right down here, right? Oh, I could have sworn, anyways. Or perhaps it was this and this. So this looks like the chain thing left that I can find, which means I must have opened another one somewhere and I'm not realizing it. Let's just check all the ones that we're pretty sure we did already, just in case. What's over on the left here? Oh, this is somewhere we haven't been. What's with all this blood and stuff in the corner? Right. It still continues to look all like lights on the runway. I swear I saw something move in the dark over there on the right. Let's just pretend that there's nothing going on and go down to this bottom here where that person was standing with a paper bag on their head. Who knows, maybe they just, you know, had a really good time at Burger King and that's why they wanted to share that paper bag with me. That's probably the reason. And maybe we can just turn on all the switches and just... Things got really tremendously larger amount bloodier just now, didn't they? Let's head back to the pentagram, shall we? Probably now that we've hit all the switches and that big blinking happened. Why, hello. I'm sorry to have, had you run into that chain. I didn't know it was gonna show up when I came here. Oh, there's a big old face up here. Hi there! Can we talk? Oh, I actually don't seem to be able to... I think I'm getting sucked into a black hole right now. I think that's what's happening here. A black hole made of skulls, to be sure, but, I did not, say that was okay. Oh, we're awake again. It's funny how certain words can remain hidden from your mind, no matter how blatant or obvious they are. One word came to me that night, lying there in the darkness alone, frightened, aware of a rotten change in the atmosphere, a thickening of the air as if something had displaced it. As I heard the first casual twists of the bedsheet below, I cannot imagine describing those as casual, but as you say, sometimes the words don't reach us. The first anxious increase of my heartbeat at the realization that something was once again in the bottom bunk. That word. A word which had been sent into exile, filtered up through my consciousness, breaking free of all repression, gasping for air, screaming, etching, and carving itself into my mind. The name of the monster, perhaps? Ghost. Oh. I see. As this thought came to me, I noticed that my unwelcome visitor had ceased moving. Dear me, not only are you not allowed to speak of it, you're not allowed to think about it, apparently. Bedsheets lay calm and dormant, but they had been... this does not sound dormant to me, but they had been replaced by something far more hideous. A slow, rhythmic, rasping breath heaved and escaped from the thing below. Okay, never mind. I could imagine its chest rising and falling with each sordid, wheezing, and garbled breath. So can I! I shuddered and hoped beyond all... I skipped that just because my finger twitched, sorry. I hoped that it wouldn't come up here, I guess, was probably what I was going to say. The house lay as it had been the previous night, in a thick blanket of darkness. Silence prevailed, all but for the perverted breath of my as-yet unseen bunkmate. I lay there, terrified. It's not quiet, this breathing. I just wanted this thing to go, to leave me alone. What did it want? I think it just wants to prank. Then something unmistakably chilling transpired. It moved. It moved in a way different from before. You mean it got up? Oh, say no. When it threw itself around... Oh, it stopped. When it threw itself around in the bottom bunk, it seemed unrestrained, without purpose, and almost animalistic. For that thing lying there in the darkness, that thing which seemed intent on terrorizing a young boy, calmly and nonchalantly, sat up. Its labored breathing had become louder. Now only a mattress and a few flimsy wood slats separated... Sorry, I just spaced out there as soon as I said slat somehow. And a few flimsy wooden slats separated my body from the unearthly breath below. I lay there, my eyes filled with fear, so poor kid is in fact... crying. A fear which mere words cannot relate to you or anyone else coursed through my veins. No doubt, I would not have believed that this fear could have been heightened, but I was so wrong. I imagined what this thing would look like sitting there listening from below my mattress, hoping to catch the slightest hint that I was awake. Imagination then turned to an unnerving reality. It began to touch the wooden slats which my mattress sat on. You could be able to hear that too, as wood creaks. It seemed to caress them carefully, running what I imagined to be fingers and hands across the surface of the wood. Then, with great force, it prodded angrily between the two slats into the mattress. Even though through the padding, it felt as though someone had viciously stuck their fingers into my side. I let it out an almighty cry, and the wheezing, shaking, and moving thing in the bunk below replied in kind by violently vibrating the bunk, as it had done the night before. Small flakes of paint powdered onto my blanket from the wall as if the frame on the bed scraped along it, backwards and forwards. Once again I was bathed in light, and there stood my mother, loving, caring as she always was, with a comforting hug and calming words which eventually subdued my hysteria. Of course she asked what was wrong, but I could not say it. I dared not say. I simply said one word over and over again. Ghost? Nightmare. Not ghost. Probably the better word to say. This is a creepy picture. This pattern of events continued for weeks, if not months. Night after night, I would awaken to the sound of rustling sheets. Each time I would scream so as not to provide this abomination with time to prod and feel for me. With each cry, the bed would shake violently, stopping with the arrival of my mother, who would spend the rest of the night in the bottom bunk, seemingly unaware of the sinister force torturing her son nightly. Along the way, I managed to feign illness a few times and come up with other less than truthful reasons for sleeping in my parents' bed. But more often than not, I would be alone for the first few hours of each night in that place. The room where the light from outside did not sit right, alone with that thing. Is there something in the darkness here? I can't tell. With time, you can become desensitized to almost anything, no matter how horrific. I had come to realize that for whatever reason, this thing could not harm me when my mother was present. It's because mothers have magic. I am sure the same would have been said for my father, but as loving as he was, waking him from sleep was almost impossible. Waking me, on the other hand, was no trouble at all, thanks to the nightmares. When the light flashed, was there something there? I didn't see it. What is Chapter 4, pray tell? Anger overload. Oh, I hate the sound of that. Oh, this looks absolutely awful. Which is what? How many save files do I have? Oh, I've only got 4 and 5 here, and then 6, 7, not including the autosave. Let's hope that's how many chapters there are. Well, that was a good first foray into this. Ah, man, I had a few jumps there. It's very chilling. This game is much more chilling than outright gripping with fear, I suppose. It's much more like I've just feel like all the way uncomfortable the whole time, which is very good. I kind of like the style of it so far. What is with this funky music? Well, let's hope anger overload does not result in the loss of all of our blood from our body next time. But I'm very happy that I got started on It Moves. And moreover, I'm very happy that you came here to start it with me. Have you ever had a nightmare that, recursive or otherwise, that kept you, like, awake for a long time? I've definitely had a few, but to explain them would probably take much too long, so I guess my short answer would just be yes. Yes, I have. I'm very curious to see hear if you've had any. And if you're willing to share them with me, then that would also be very cool. But, I'm gonna leave this one right here, I think, for now. Next video, I think, will be Tales of Hysteria. So thank you very much for coming around, and I was gonna be out of here. Hopefully I'll see you around. Peace. Peace. These ones I can get. Great. It's just wild these and then money for everything else. Oh wait, actually I probably put a bunch of the sandwiches in the box. The legendary heroes of this. All I know here is that I'm not ready for what's coming. I have no idea how much is left, really, because I mean, this was around me.